What's going on, everybody? T-Rom here, and today I'm bringing you an install of a tailgate table. I picked this one up online from Molle Platform Solutions. Now I really like this one because the owner Alan will engrave stuff in it for you, so I got mine to say Wrangler. And I also think it's a really fair price point compared to some other ones. More expensive ones are like $250. This one was $125, so I think that's a super fair price point for what you're getting. A really high quality product, so let's go ahead and get it installed. As far as the install goes, this is going to be super simple. Anybody can do this at home in under half an hour easily. The things we're going to need are obviously our tailgate table. We're going to need the pack of hardware that came with it, so that's a few pieces of paracord and some self-tapping screws. We'll need a 7/16 inch drill bit to drill some holes in our tailgate. Then a 3/8 inch socket for tightening those screws down. Now the other things that aren't needed but would be beneficial are going to be a hammer and a center punch for putting our guide holes in before we drill, and then also a level to make sure that the tailgate table is level before we drill and finally tighten everything down. When we're lining this tailgate table up, we're going to want to have the back pieces here sitting as close to this plastic piece as we can, and we're also going to want to make sure we can get this little rail right here onto this flat piece. There's a little ridge that kind of bumps up when you get over here, so make sure that this is lined up on top of an entirely flat piece. Before we start this install, we're going to want to pull these pins out of each side, and we can just set those aside and put them back in later. We're first going to install the top left corner. That's because this little cutout right here will help us rest the tailgate table on something else, so it gives a little bit of relief when we're installing the other sides. Process for this is pretty simple. Just align it the way you want. Take the center punch and the hammer and mark your spot through the middle of the hole. Then take everything aside, drill your hole, and then we're going to screw it all together. Now that we've got this first side installed, we're going to repeat the same. We're going to do the other side on the top, and we can use the level to make sure that's flat when we're drilling, and then we can finish up with the bottom two. So now that we've got all four bolts in loosely, we can go around each of them and make sure they're tight. Now don't tighten them too much because there's a chance we could warp this metal. It's pretty thin. So just get them pretty snug and then we'll be good to go. And we can move on to getting the paracord installed. With the paracord, there's a couple holes on each side of this we're going to have to feed them through. So you've got a couple adjustment holes up top, and then you've also got some holes here. What I'm going to end up doing is feeding it through this top side here, and then I'll double knot it on the outside, and then once I do that, I can go to the other side and do that as well, and that'll let me adjust the length that I need to make sure that I can extend the table all the way down and tighten it to what I see fit, so you can adjust as needed. That's it. There you have it. Just put the pins back in. One thing I'm probably going to end up doing is adding a little piece of paracord to these pins so I can connect them into something inside here so they just dangle when I'm not using them. But yeah, it's a pretty simple install. See, you can just pull your pins, fold your table down. Now you got a nice surface to work on. Throw your tools, cook some dinner if you're camping, stuff like that. And you've got Molle paneling here, so if you want to attach some bags, I'm personally going to order some in the near future. Throw some jumper cables, some recovery straps, things like that. But you've got plenty of extra places to store stuff now. Looks pretty great. That's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Hope it was helpful. It's really simple to get installed. Easily can do in a half an hour. So there you have it. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you next time.